Okay, so Safari Ltd a few days ago announced a new Albertosaurus, and I'm super excited. This is a figure that I've been wanting a new. Well, this is a dinosaur I've been wanting a new figure of for a while. Somebody's already got to review it early. The three figures that were just announced all got reviewed early by three different YouTubers. I don't remember which one had the Albertosaurus, but it was a really good video. So if you look up the new 2022 Safari Ltd Albertosaurus, you'll probably find that video pretty fast, but looks awesome. And I'm going to go into, after I show off the other figures, why I'm super excited for this figure specifically, but that is probably the one I'm easily the most excited for. The other two kind of go with like the Dana line, which I think is just like Safari Limited's partnership with Dana, so they're like their own separate thing. They're not a part of the Safari Limited, whatever their dinosaur line is. And then there's the Patago Titan that's new for this year, but that one's been revealed for a while. But the other two new ones that just got announced was Zul, which is a dinosaur I'm not as knowledgeable on. I know it's some kind of ankylosaur, obviously. And then Nanotyrannus, which is obviously kind of a controversial dinosaur. But, you know, if you want the figure but you don't think Nanotyrannus is an actual dinosaur, then you can obviously just consider it a juvenile T-Rex. But the one thing Safari Limited kind of gets off with on this is, since it's the Dana line, it doesn't really show if they're going with the pro Nanotyrannus is real or not, since it's for the Dana line. But you know, if you want the figure, you can obviously just consider it a juvenile T-Rex. And I did find out about some of these figures due to the dinosaur toy blog or forum. I think forum, yeah. That's one thing I learned a lot about the new figures coming up for it, and Safari Limited obviously put some stuff out too. But I want to go specifically why I'm so excited for this Albertosaurus. The other two, I'll probably end up getting them, but this one I will 100% be getting. So I'll definitely be getting this figure in the future to review. I do want to get on to the, like, I guess, cons. For the most part, the figure looks great in my opinion. The only thing I would really say, the colors are a little vibrant, which I know some people aren't crazy about, but I like it personally. Because, you know, you don't want all your dinosaurs to be like the dull browns or grays. You like them having some color. So it'll definitely stand out, though, which is good. But I do see why some people aren't crazy about the paint job, but I personally do like it. And I do like the pose. But a couple of reasons why I'm specifically excited for this, I've been wanting an Albertosaurus in my collection for a while. And there's not many Albertosaurus out there. Schleich has one, or I think I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm not for sure. But Schleich had one. It's a really old one, and it's very outdated. Jurassic World probably has the newest one, but it's Jurassic World, and it's not, you know, the most scientifically accurate. And honestly, and I was hoping Collecta or somebody would make one, but Collecta's done a bunch of different Tyrannosaurs, but it's not experimented with this or Gorgosaurus. They've done like Lithronax, Bistrohevosaurus, Tarbosaurus, and a bunch of other cool ones, but they haven't done Albertosaurus or Gorgosaurus. They did do Daspletosaurus, though. Safari Limited also did Daspletosaurus last year. I haven't picked that one up yet, but I plan on getting it. And then Schleich doesn't have an Albertosaurus, I'm pretty sure, other than that older one. Papo has a new Gorgosaurus. Well, not really new, but newer. But it, you know, not Albertosaurus, even though some paleontologists do consider them both. Kind of like Nanotyrannus. But Nanotyrannus is way more on the side of, more people think it's possibly the same as T-Rex, but, you know, some people think Gorgosaurus and Albertosaurus are the same, or maybe just subspecies, and some people think Saurophaganax and Allosaurus, but Nanotyrannus is definitely the most controversial of those three, I would say, but really the best Albertosaurus out is the old Carnegie one, and I've been trying to hunt for that figure. I'm going to go in a little personal rant on where I messed up on that figure, kind of, but yeah, I pretty much did. So I was hunting for that figure on eBay, and I found a lot that actually had one in it, and it was on auction. And eBay auctions can be interesting. Usually auctions, I always think I'm going to luck up, and then they always end up going way higher than I want to spend, or my internet just messes up or something. Auctions just usually do not go my way on anything, so I usually just like buy it now. But somebody had the Albertosaurus in a lot with a bunch of other figures. I think it was like 13 figures, but the Albertosaurus was the only one I really, really wanted. Like, was the main reason I was going to buy the lot, pretty much. And then the auction went. But the only reason why I wasn't crazy about like trying to buy it is because there was 4 other Albertosauruses listed. Little did I realize they were all sold by the same seller, so they're not, you can't like try to be like, I'll buy the other person, so can you give me a better deal or whatever. And I didn't realize that at the time, but somebody had all the Albertosaurus listed right now, so they kind of have like a monopoly on the Carnegie Albertosaurus. But I'll probably just end up buying it from them or wait out till somebody else lists one, I guess. I hope somebody else lists one for like a more reasonable price. But the auction ended up going to like around $30. Well, and I was trying to bid, but like my internet lagged and it just didn't put in the bid. But I might have not won the bid anyways, because they might have, if you don't know, eBay kind of has like a system where like you can like put in a pre-bid on some things where like if it goes under this, my max bid is this. So I might have not got it anyways when I tried to put in my other bid, but my other bid just didn't load in time. So I might would have got that lot, but I might have not. But still, I probably should have just bid more in the first place, because that lot ended up selling for like right around $30. And now the only other ones listed are like 45. It's like 50 something dollars or $60, which I mean could be way worse, because some of the other Carnegie figures are way more expensive than that, or way harder to find in general. But still, for that figure, I just don't want to pay $50 or $60. And I probably would be willing to pay that if I didn't know I could have got it plus a bunch of other figures for 30. I mean, not really, because it was an auction and it kept on going, but so I probably just need to buy it and just get that out of my brain that I even had the opportunity to buy it. But still, I wish I would have put a little bit more into that auction, just so I could have felt better about it. But I didn't get it, and obviously now all the Albertosaurus listed from Carnegie are more expensive. But then I pretty much had decided, once I'd lost out on that auction and the other ones were a little higher than I was wanting, I pretty much decided that either I'm going to wait till either Safari Limited or Collecto or somebody else makes a new one that I really like, or just wait until somebody lists one at a better price. And luckily for me, Safari Limited announced a new Albertosaurus just like a month later, which I'm so excited about. This one's very different than the old one. The old one doesn't even have like the crest though, which is kind of a knock, because that's one of the big things. Compared to other Tyrannosaurs, Albertosaurus is known for the crest. But still, I really want to get that Carnegie figure still. I would love to compare them, but I don't have it yet, obviously. But I would love to get that figure for a comparison. And I am going to try to hunt down that figure. But this figure, I'm definitely going to get. I'm on the email me when in stock list, so hopefully I end up being one of the first people to get it, other than the person who got to review it early. Hopefully someday this channel gets to the point where I can be like that and get figures early. That would be awesome. But now I want to specifically go over why Albertosaurus, other than just the Carnegie. So the reason why Albertosaurus specifically was one of the first dinosaurs when I got back into buying figures, so I have a bunch of dinosaur figures like before I started buying dinosaur figures again. But Albertosaurus specifically is, so most of the dinosaurs I at least have like my favorite species in like that group. Like of the Allosaurids, Allosaurus is probably my favorite. So I have an Allosaurus. And then for like the Carcharodontosaurs, I have a Carcharodontosaurus, and I have the Giganotosaurus. This is the Carnegie one. And then for the raptors, I've got obviously a bunch of Velociraptors. I've got some JP Velociraptors. And I've got a bunch of like Safari Limited. And then I didn't think I had a Utah Raptor actually, but this is technically a baby Utah Raptor. I always thought it was a baby Velociraptor, but it turns out it's a Utah Raptor. So Utah Raptor would have been higher on my list as well, but it turns out I actually do have a Utah Raptor, even though it is a baby one. And then I have some marine reptiles, Liopleurodon. This is the Safari Limited one, but it's obviously very Walking with Dinosaurs or the Chased by Sea Monsters Liopleurodon look, which I'm not complaining, because I love that look, even though I know in the show it was a lot bigger than it actually is, but still, I love that color. Kind of looks like an orca. And then obviously you all saw this figure already, the Deinosuchus. And then This is one of the only non-Safari Limited figures in this video and in my collection is the Mesozoic. I'm planning on getting some more collective figures, but this personally is one of my favorite figures in my collection. Obviously, it's my favorite collective figure in the collection because it's the only one, but I love this figure because it just looks like what you would imagine the Mesozoic would actually look like. I love the color scheme. Such an awesome figure, and if you don't have any collective figures and want to start collecting collective figures, this is a great one to start with. I plan on getting some more collective figures though, so probably in the future I will have a video on some more. I'm planning on maybe ordering some from DeJonkins or Happy Ken Toys. I don't know, somewhere like that. I'm not 100% sure those are the best places to buy from, but those are two places I know that sell dinosaur figures, so maybe I'll order from them. But then specifically on Tyrannosaurs, Albertosaurus is honestly probably my favorite Tyrannosaur. And the reasons why is because obviously I like T-Rex, and everybody and their brother that collects dinosaur figures has at least a T-Rex. I've got multiple T-Rexes. I've got those two Carnegie ones I just bought. I've got a bunch of Safari Limited ones. I've got this Schleich one, the Papo one, the Geo World one. I've got so many just Tyrannosaurs, and I'm actually getting some more because I did order a lot, and it happens to have a few more T-Rexes. So I'll have a really cool lot video in the future, probably in a week or so, honestly, because I did order that a little bit ago. But on the Tyrannosaurs, like I was saying, obviously I have T-Rex, but T-Rex isn't my personal favorite. I think the reasons why I like Gorgosaurus, why I like Albertosaurus more than T-Rex is I kind of like the smaller, more agile animals. So Albertosaurus being pretty much the smaller, more agile version of T-Rex, plus having the crest. I just like it personally more. I guess those are the main reasons, just being the smaller, more agile version, which I think is really cool. But I do have one dinosaur that's very similar. I think I mentioned this, but it's Gorgosaurus. This is the one from the Walking with Dinosaurs, the movie, the mini one. And I love the crest. I think I might have already mentioned that, but this figure also has the crest. And Gorgosaurus, like I kind of mentioned with Nanotyrannus and Saurophaganax, is some people believe this is the same dinosaur. Maybe they're subspecies, but you know, there might be enough difference. But obviously I'm glad I have this figure in the collection because it's the closest thing I have to Albertosaurus. But I do want to get a specific Albertosaurus, so obviously I'm very glad that this figure is getting made. But if Collector makes an Albertosaurus as well, I will definitely not wait to get that figure either. So thank you all so much for watching. I would love to know what your all's opinions on this new Albertosaurus is. Obviously I'm very excited for it, and I will definitely be getting the figure. So I'd love to know if you plan on getting that figure or any of these other new Safari Limited figures. And if you didn't see, I've been working on that Spinosaurus video still. I know I mentioned it in almost every video, but I've worked pretty hard on that video, and I'm really excited for that video. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will try to get this Albertosaurus and hopefully that Carnegie Albertosaurus for a comparison video soon. I don't know when soon is, but I hope soon. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out.